Hey guys, Cap24 here, coming back with another pass play in the Broncos Gun Snugs Formation Scheme series. We're looking at the play number 3, which is called Wide Receiver Crosses. Today we're going to be able to show you 3 different setups in order to beat all coverages and be able to move the chains really great with this play. I want you to mark this down. It's 3.1. This exact setup is my go-to setup a lot of times on 3rd down and 10 situations, because we have a route combination that the same player beats man coverage, cover 2, cover 3, and cover 4. All with the same route combination, all of the same player, and that's really helpful to be able to depend on one play and player to be able to use that one read to get the chains moving. So here we go. This is the setup 3.1. We're going to put the A on a fade, and we're going to put this X and motion him to the right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and show this against man coverage first off, and then kind of go from there. So on man coverage, we got 2 beaters here. We got the X receiver, and they got the Y receiver. The X is going to be able to make a hard cut and get that wide open, while the Y goes ahead and does the same thing. Depending on how much yards you're going to use is depending on what you do and see what type of blitz you got. But on a 3rd and 10 situation, we're going to go to this X receiver. He's going to make that hard cut. We're going to throw it right there, and we're going to be able to get up the field and more yardage depending on how you time the throw. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you again and show you the second route here. That's going to be the Y route. And he's going to be able to go ahead and beat coverage, especially on a blitz situation. As soon as he makes his cut, you're going to see you can get it to him, and he can get yards after the catch as well because of the way the spacing is designed on this route combination. Now we're going to go ahead and show you cover 2. Cover 2 is basically the same exact route combination, but you're going to go to the X receiver as well. You're going to have the ability to throw to the Y underneath if it's not going for any long yardage, but the X receiver is the guy you're going to be looking for. He's going to be able to beat this guy over the top here and be able to get your yardage right there. Cover 3 is the same exact situation where we're going to be able to get this X the ball. And that B is going to be able to, drive out all those players. Let me get the cover 3 going. I think I got it right here. Yeah, perfect. And you're going to see that the X is going to be wide open here. Same exact route combination to the sidelines. And let's go ahead and show you cover 4. Cover 4 is a little bit trickier. I'm on cover 4 right now. And what the trickiness is that it doesn't work as well from the middle of the field. I want to make sure that you understand that if I'm going to have success with this and know for success, I want the ball to be slightly to the right of the middle or on the right hash mark. I'll show you to the middle. It does work. It's just a little bit harder of a throw. You're going to really have to be precise with your throw to make it work, and that's where that is. I feel like if it's a little bit more to the right, you have a little bit better reaction from the defense in your favor, because that A will pull those guys more to him while the X gets open. But at the same time, you're going to see it works from both sides. So this play works everywhere you want it to work. It's a great play. I just wanted to show you that. That's setup number 1, guys. Let's go ahead and look at setup number 2 on this play. Let's move back to the middle of the field so we got more room to show you all the plays. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put RB on a wheel, A on a fade. And now that is your setup. Now there is one player X that is a free receiver. He's not going to be needed on this play in order to make the combination work. He's definitely a nice route that you'll be able to use it. If you're in fear of any A-gap blitzes, any B-gap blitzes, that you just know that the guy's coming, anytime I send out a running back, I like to use another blocker if I can to combat any of those blitzes. Unless the running back's running a really quick hitter that I'm throwing him to where I can get the ball out of my hand, I want to be able to back that up. So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you here. This is against man coverage to start off with. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this X receiver. I'm going to go to the right side and then hike it, and then be able to throw to this Y receiver against man coverage, because he's my player that I'm looking at. Okay? So that's how you beat man coverage with that play. Let's go ahead and show you the same setup. RB on a fade, on a wheel, A on a fade, and against cover 2 now. And we're going to go ahead and move this guy over. And the primary target's going to be the wheel. And you're going to see here, as soon as he cuts up the field, you're throwing it to that wheel, and you're going to be able to get really good yardage. And because you had that extra blocker, you're going to be able to have the ability to stay in the pocket a little bit longer. Now here's against cover 3. And we're going to go to that same wheel, same route combination. And again, I love that B, how he just widens the field for you. I'm going to go ahead and put this guy and block him right here, protect ourselves here. And you're going to see the same exact thing here. We're able to get him down the field, get some extra yardage there. And I'm going to show you against cover 4 now. Oops. Cover 4 is already queued up, so we're just going to do the same thing. RB on a wheel, A on a fade. Take this guy, have him block. And then you're going to see again, as soon as he cuts inside there, you're going to throw it to the guy, make a move, and hopefully you can get a little bit more wiggle out of that and get it down to the end zone. So that's how you beat all coverages on that setup. And then the last setup we're going to do is a little bit more a short game. Not a whole lot of big on here, but it's definitely something worth showing. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to put the Y on a streak, you're going to put the X on a slant, put the A on a fade, and you're going to motion this B receiver. And actually, guys, my bad. On this third setup, the play is going to be flipped. All right, so I want to make sure that you know that. I like running it flipped on this one, so it's wide receiver crosses flipped. It's Y there. Let's go ahead and call our defense here. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is show you against man coverage, and here is the setup. You're going to put Y on a streak, X on a slant, A on a fade, and you're going to motion this guy to the right. Okay, that's the setup right there. Now, against man coverage, you're going to go against, you're going to use the X receiver as your fail-safe route. He's going to take the hard, sharp turn inside and be able to beat that man to the inside. Now, let's go ahead and show it to you again here. X on a slant, Y on a streak, A on a fade, move this guy over. I'll show you against cover 2. Cover 2 is going to be the same thing. We're going to go basically against, you're going to have two different options here. You're going to be able to hit the X receiver right about right there. Or, actually, it depends, and I got it as a user player. What I like to do a lot of the times is if the user goes and backs up with the middle linebacker, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that X. If the user jumps the X, I'm going to be able to get this B behind him. But since I'm not simulating that right now, that's why I took the sack. But yeah, against cover 2 right here, what you're going to do, you're going to read that middle linebacker. If he keeps on backing up, you're throwing it right there. Easy throw, easy yardage. I'm going to go ahead and show you what a lot of times people do. And that's why I have the high-low read. And we're going to put man coverage, and we're going to cover that slant with him. And what we're going to do is put this here, put this guy on this guy on a fade, move this guy over. And what ends up happening a lot of the times is because he jumps this here, now you're going to have this B right over in the middle for an easy catch. So you want to watch that out for cover 2. If the guy takes away your slant, you're going to be able to hit that. Okay, so that's against cover 2. Let's go against cover 3 now. And let's go ahead and do the same setup. X on a slant, Y on a streak, A on a fade. Move this guy over. And against cover 3, what you want to do is you want to look for the short post on the B route. It definitely opens up very, very nicely for you as that guy kicks it in. You're throwing it right. Ooh, that was just a terrible throw. I'm going to show that again. When that linebacker goes after that slant route on cover 3, you're going to see that it's going to open a nice, huge pocket for yourself to be able to get this short post right there in that hole. So let's go ahead and show it here. Looking at that middle linebacker, he goes to the right there, and he didn't that time. If he doesn't, you can go ahead and wait a second and throw it over the top. That's where it's supposed to be. I'm really not doing a very good job of showing you this play right now. Let's go ahead and show this the way it's supposed to be drawn up here. So Y on a streak, X on a slant, put the A on a fade, move this guy over. And when that middle linebacker is also the key, he should follow the slant a little to the right, opening up that pocket. If he doesn't, you see that you have to wait a second longer and throw it to the B. But let's go ahead and show it to you here. Here it goes. He should go to the right there. There's the throw. That's where you want to throw it. And that's how it's supposed to be designed. So just want to make sure that you see it right. Let's just throw it one more time. I hate when things don't go the way they're supposed to, and I like to do consistency purposes, keep on showing you. Just one of those teaching methods that I like to do, so you know it's not a fluke, it's the way it's supposed to work. So let's go ahead and see this guy. You should follow that X right there. and you throw it right there. So it's just kind of a manipulation game. You go left to right. Sometimes if you see what I did there with my quarterback, I took a step to the right just to make sure that that linebacker followed that guy. So that is the wide receiver crosses plays, guys. I did need to show you cover 4. My bad. We're on cover 4 right now. So let's go ahead and show the X on the slant, Y on a streak. Move this. Oops, wrong guy. Let's move this guy back here. A is supposed to be on a fade. Alright. And against cover 4, we got 2 different options. We can either throw the X underneath, or we can throw it to the B receiver. You can see here that the X underneath, ooh, should have been the throw that I should have made that time. Again, you're playing that 1-2 game with that middle linebacker. So you got to make the read the right way, but it does work on both ways here. I just want to make sure that we show you it here. All right, here's against here. So that's the throw right there. You want to wait a half a second longer, and I had that written down on the play call sheet. I say short post late, and that's what the late throw is against cover 4. You want to wait until he crosses that middle linebacker. So here it is again, and this is against cover 4. If the guy jumps the slant early, you can throw it to the B earlier, but if he doesn't jump the slant, you want to wait until he crosses, and then you want to throw that ball right there. Alright, so that's how it beats cover 4. You have the ability to beat all coverages with each setup, guys. Hope you enjoyed this number 3. Come back and watch the 4 video coming up soon. It's going to be the Curl Week Flood. Thanks a lot, guys.